Impossible podcast, the Impossible Twitch channel. Our first official Twitch affiliate stream this evening. It's very, very exciting. Very, very stoked about it. I have a bunch of emotes that I actually posted about on TikTok. There's a Chad Kroger emote that I put on there. There's a Snapchat filter emote that I put on there. Some of them are getting approved and everything, but you can still go and subscribe now. You do get a free Twitch Prime sub. So if you're on Amazon Prime, you can hook up your account and get a free monthly subscription to give to any creator that you want. But I would appreciate if you guys did so, and anything that you do helps me out greatly. So appreciate you guys for doing so. Today, we're going to talk about the new Fall Out Boy album with my friend Dakota, and we have a bunch to talk about. Great stuff happening, all the background about the band. And without further ado, here's my friend Dakota Tibbetts! There they are. Hi. Woo. There they are. All right, cool. Hold on. I got to shake my J. Cool. So, yeah, the new Fall Out Boy album. What about it, huh?
I think it's great.
It is very good. So the thing about this is that I need to talk about this real quick. So, there's one sentence that I have to describe this album, like, first and foremost. Like, if I had to give it a sentence, it's like Fall Out Boy saw Machine Gun Kelly doing pop punk and was like, no, we need to stop this. This is how you do it. And then decided to do an Infinity on High 2.0 album. What's your sentence to describe this album?
I think it's more of a, I would compare it more to Foley if I was going to compare it to any other Fall Out Boy album, which I'll mention why I think that's the case in just a second.
Okay.
But yeah, I think that it's a lot of the songs on it remind me of like a film score, and so that's sort of like what I was thinking of the entire time that I was re-listening to the album and taking notes.
Yeah,
So
that
I
checks
guess
out. It was very
yeah.
cinematic, honestly, like right from the beginning, which is really cool. But yeah, no, I get that. I understand that completely. Yeah, so we have you seen Fall Out Boy more than one time? I've seen him twice. Have you seen him more than one time?
No, only the one time.
Okay, that's okay. So I've seen them twice. I saw them on Monumentor and on the Boys of Summer tour. Monumentor was a great time. I'm in hindsight kind of wishing I didn't go because it was weird. I had a choice with my mom. She was like, you can either go to this show or this show this summer, and I'll buy you tickets and go with you to one of them. One of them was Linkin Park and 30 Seconds to Mars, and the other was Fall Out Boy and Paramore. I liked Fall Out Boy a little bit more at that point in time, and now, obviously, in hindsight, I wish I had picked the other one because Chester Bennington unfortunately passed away. But I wish, but it didn't happen. But that's okay. So I've seen him twice. And are you glad that Wiz Khalifa wasn't on that tour when we saw him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a really fun show, but I'm not sure if it would have been quite as fun if that opening act had panned out. I'm really glad that this tour they're actually touring with people that their fans might actually enjoy and know.
I think this tour is going to be very, very interesting. We'll talk about the tour in a little bit because it's wild. It's kind of crazy. I definitely feel like I know why that tour came out to be. But anyways, so the previous album before this was Mania, or as the cover would like to suggest. It's like so spaced out. I don't know if on Spotify it's actually spaced out like that. I think it just says Mania, but like on everywhere else it says like I don't know. Either way, they spaced it out that way. But the album was really... What did you think of their last album before So Much for Stardust? The Mania album.
I thought it was okay. There are some songs on it that I've re-listened to since it came out, but a lot of them are just kind of forgettable, and the lead single I did not like at all. So There's that.
Oh yeah, Young and Menace, the best thing Fall Out Boy's ever put out with the screaming
No.
chipmunks. Oh my gosh.
No.
Oh my god. It's like, so the thing is if they had released that song with like the electronic drop and they like committed more to that, then I probably would have understood it a little bit more, but we expected it to be Fall Out Boy. Um and
No,
like
I literally love the rest of this song. It's literally just the chorus that's awful. It
No, that's what
ruins
I'm
the
saying.
entire song for
What's
me.
really funny too about that song is that on the Mania tour, Patrick was doing that song acoustically on piano, and I don't know why. I don't understand what the point of it was. It was like so mind-bogglingly kerflooey to me. Like, like I saw a video of it and I went, Patrick, this doesn't sound good. It doesn't sound good. What are you doing, dude? And it didn't work. It wasn't a song that like worked really at all. Um,
Yeah.
so it was hard. But I want to know, what do you think the strongest points are on the album? So Much for Stardust, that Fall Out Boy just put out, I think about like 2 weeks ago.
Well, first of all, I think that the strongest songs are the singles, which is not surprising. That's why they're the singles.
Hmm.
But I also think that a lot of the B-sides are very, very good. Um, a little more forgettable than the singles, but that's to be expected, I think. Um, I really enjoy a lot of the songs. There are only like really a couple songs that I don't dig too much, but for the most part, I think it's a really strong album overall.
Yeah, for sure. It's like, I think it's a really strong album. What's great about it to me is that everything is so catchy, and like I almost didn't know for a little bit about what the vibe of the album wanted it to be. Like I had no idea what they wanted the album to be for a second, but it's not a bad thing necessarily. They wanted it to, I think the reason why I didn't know what they wanted it to be was because of songs like, there was this one, oh, Fake Out. I had no idea what they wanted to do with that. Then they had
That's one of the songs that I hate.
Oh
Well, not
really?
hate,
Okay,
but
there we go.
I'm not a big fan of. Yeah.
Yeah. That was the song that made me think, okay, this is very much Infinity on High-esque. But there's so much, like, I think there's a lot of personality to this album too. Almost reminds me of like the way they started a few years ago. Um, like a few years ago, 20 years ago. Crazy. That's
It's
crazy.
been more than a few, I think.
It's been more than a few. It has. You're right. But yeah. So basically, what was it? Hold Me Like a Grudge is a really good one too. A lot of it has some personality, which I really like. A lot of it has a lot of good personality. Um, and what was it? Catchy choruses. The lyrics on it are so funny. They're so funny.
No, I wrote down one particular lyric: "Fever Dream, Tangerine Sweat." That's the best lyric on the album.
Oh yeah, which one? What tune is that on? I forgot. It's such a good one. What tune is that on?
That's Hold Me Like a Grudge.
That's
Yeah.
Hold Me Like a Grudge. That's what I thought, but it was
Yes.
funny. Oh, what is my favorite? My favorite's on What a Time to Be Alive, which is Here and We're Ready to Live Stream the Apocalypse. That one's pretty good too. There's a lot of good. Go ahead.
I think my actual favorite lyric is from the Kintsugi Kid. I'm pretty sure as far as humans go, I am a hard pill to swallow. That's probably my actual favorite lyric because I love that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, true. What was it? Oh my gosh. So I don't know. Here's another thing. They had Ethan Hawke do a monologue on the album, but I don't know because it's technically from a movie that Ethan Hawke was in. I don't know.
Yeah, it's sampled from the movie. They didn't actually like have him like come in or anything. Yeah,
that's what I thought. I was like, wait. I was
movie.
like, did they have him like come in and do the monologue again, or did they just rip it from the movie? I think they just ripped it from the movie. Then
They did.
yeah, I don't remember what movie it was, but
Reality Bites is the movie that it's
Reality
sampled from.
Bites. Okay, that's the one. Yeah.
Yep.
Which I thought was interesting. Like tunes like that, I was like, I don't know what exactly we were trying to do for themes here, but I guess it's emo. We love it, I guess.
I think if they were gonna sample any monologue, I think that was pretty good one. It's
Yeah.
very Fall Out Boy. It's
That
very
yeah.
serious, but still like really goofy at the same time. And that's what I think
They
of when I think of
they're
Fall
very
Out
much
Boy.
a pop culture like synthesis, I feel like. Like literally their name Fall Out Boy is from Simpsons. They have like so many references to movies and everything else. They literally have a reference to what was it? Oh, they have a reference to Michael Jackson's Flu Game on one of the songs, literally called Flu Game. Which is hilarious because they're from Chicago. Um Baby Annihilation was a really funny name for a song. I don't know why they called it Baby Annihilation, but they did.
Why do they call any of their songs anything?
I
Let's be
wish, you know what I wish
honest.
they did? I
There's
wish that they kept the like 20 sentence long like song name. Like they were the ones that coined like the 20 word long song names. I wish they still did it.
I mean, they kind of just do it with their lyrics at this point. Like most of the songs on this album, I couldn't tell you what they're about. Couldn't tell you. I
Yeah.
read the lyrics. I was reading the lyrics last night as I was listening, and I'm like, I don't know what this means. I have no idea what this means.
Yeah,
The
I try
only
not to pick
song,
at it too much.
yeah,
That's a
the only
thing that I try to tell my students too. I'm like, lyrics don't always have to make sense, right? Like sometimes it's genuinely just about like the word flow. It's about the way that it sounds coming off of your tongue and everything, and it's all about the flow and stuff like that too. Like imagine like if every lyric made any sense at all. It's not really supposed to. It's just poetry or it's poetic, I guess, and it's all about the flow of it sometimes. Like try to decipher half of the pop songs that are out there right now. It's not gonna work out for you. You could try, it's just not gonna happen. But
yeah.
no, I mean the lyrics here were funny. It's always like witty and funny. Um, there was one on Fake Out that I really liked. I don't remember what it was. Hold on, let me check. It was Love is in the air. Just got to find a window to break out from the chorus, which is hilarious. It's
Mm.
a great one. It's so witty. It's like, it's basically they're like taking every phrase that they've ever heard in their life and they're like, okay, let's just spin it. They've always done that though.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyways, do you feel like this is a front loaded album or a back loaded album? Would you say? When I say front loaded, you know what I mean, right? Like the first half of the album really good, back half not
Yeah.
so. Yeah.
Um, I would say it's a front. I think it's like U-shaped. Like the beginning is good, the middle is kind of lacking, and then the back half is like,
U
except for So
shaped.
Much for Stardust. I'm not a big fan of that song, but
Yeah, I'm
other
not
than that,
either, believe it or
I
not.
think yeah.
I don't know why. Like
Can I?
everything else is like it's weird. Like with the whole album, everything I think has like a really like good life to it and everything. And then we get to So Much for Stardust, and I feel like it just like tanks. I don't know why. And like
It's not a good ending song. I
in
don't think.
theory, I think it should work, but it doesn't. Um,
Yeah.
like it's got very theatrical and dramatic, like choir sounding moments. It has like string orchestral sounding moments at the beginning of the song and everything. So in theory, like when it comes to a Fall Out Boy song, it should work, but it doesn't for me for whatever reason. It almost sounds like it's weird. It doesn't sound organic. I think that's why I'm not really too keen on it.
They tried really hard to make it come back around with referencing the first song at the end, but
Yes, yeah, I forgot about
it
that.
doesn't
Yeah,
work.
I literally was like, I when I listened to that back, I was like, did they just do that again? Like, I don't. I was like, I don't know. Um, I like had no idea for a second because I was like, I don't know what exactly we're doing, but that's okay. But yeah, no, I thought it was a pretty, yeah, I think it's a front loaded album for me personally. It's like front loaded, but there's like sprinkles of like good tracks in the second half of it. Um, like I think my favorite song off of this is uh
Wait. Can I guess? Can I guess what your favorite song is before you
sure, give
say
it a
it?
shot. Give it a shot.
I think your favorite song is "I Am My Own Muse."
Oh, okay. I actually have something about that. So I like I Am My Own Muse, but it's actually not my favorite, believe it or not. It's like my second
Oh,
favorite. My first favorite, actually, oh, I don't know. Because I'm trying to pick outside of the singles. If I were to pick like a whole song off the album that is my favorite, it would be Heartbreak Feels So Good. But I'm trying to like ditch the singles. I'm trying to ditch the singles right now. So like the other half of the album, I would say the stuff that hadn't gotten released before. What a Time to Be Alive is probably my favorite non-single off the album.
mm,
Only because it seems like quirky. Only because it feels quirky and like almost like it's like nihilistic, but it's like it's pretty funny. Like they're like shrugging
it's
about
about
nihil.
it's about the pandemic. Did you pick up on that?
Yes, I did. That's why I thought it was funny. Like they basically were like, "Yeah, this is great. We're having a good time. It's great. It's great."
It's a,
So yeah, I what was it? So that's my second favorite, and then like I Am My Own Muse is my third. I literally was like when after Pink Seashell and everything, which for those that are listening and for those that are watching on Twitch, Pink Seashell was like this monologue that they put in the middle of it, sampled from Reality Bites. And like they put it as kind of like an interlude towards the next song. Um, and then it went into I Am My Own Muse. I Am My Own Muse is hilarious because like the first time I heard it on the album, I literally was like listening to it and I went, did they just chug on a song? I was like, did they just chug on
that's
me?
why I'm like Eric is gonna fucking go feral over this song. The first time I heard it, I'm like, this is gonna be Eric Yim's favorite song on this album.
I thought so
I'm
too, and
really
then it
sad that I'm
wasn't.
wrong.
Yeah, it's okay. It was like it was instrumentally, it's probably my favorite. Like a whole, like if you put it in the grand scheme of things, though, not actually my favorite. But I would say like my favorite, considering all the singles and everything, is Heartbreak Feels So Good because like I feel like that fully. That's like if you took all the good things out of Save Rock and Roll, and put it into a more like instrumental pop punk format and everything. Um,
Yeah,
Whereas like Save Rock
it's
and
very
Roll,
digestible song.
yes, it is. Well,
I
Save
think.
Rock and Roll, like before then was when they got to Save Rock and Roll after that big hiatus and everything, it sounded more on the pop side of pop punk, so much so that it was getting radio play and everything, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it was less like there was less drums, there was less guitar. There were some songs that they played live that I was like, okay, I have no idea how they're gonna play this live. Like I had no idea when we saw them next, like how they were gonna play American Beauty, American Psycho, or Centuries, or any of those songs. I was like, I have no idea how this is gonna translate to the format that they usually go for. Like I had no idea. So, um, whereas with this, like I feel like Andy's a very underrated drummer too, and he got used very well on this album.
For sure.
I also feel bad that Joe's like hasn't come back around, but he's got to do what he's got to do. For those
Yeah.
that don't know, on the listening end of things, and for the viewers on Twitch, the guitarist of Fall Out Boy, Joe Troman, um, decided to leave the band. He's kind of taken a break from the band to focus on his mental health and everything like that. So we don't know exactly if he's going to come around in time to uh, join the tour or if he's going to be sitting out the tour. We don't really know at this point in time. We just know that he's taking time away. Unfortunately, which, it happens. Like, it's touring life in the scheme of like any band that has even like a band as big as Fall Out Boy is very taxing and like the band was saying for a while that they were like, we've been on your side. We knew that you were dealing with stuff, so you just got to take care of yourself. But anyways, Joe is taking a break from the band for right now. Hopefully he'll come back around for the upcoming tour, but we don't know. But anyways, so yeah, my favorite songs are Heartbreak Feels So Good, Hold Me Like a Grudge, actually. The first 3 songs are banging tunes, I will say.
For
What
real.
is I'm gonna
That's why
guess
they're the singles.
for sure. I'm gonna guess your favorite song of this album. I'm gonna guess.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know. Is it Kintsugi Kid?
That's one of my favorites.
But is it the
Yes.
favorite?
I don't know. I
You
I,
don't
I think
know.
my I think because I love so many songs on this album, but if we're counting singles, Heartbreak is probably mine as well.
Okay.
I think it's a really great song. Uh, Not singles, it's either Kintsugi Kid or Heaven, Iowa.
Oh, okay. Heaven, Iowa. That was one tune that I like. Heaven, Iowa has a very good payoff chorus. I thought that was going to be one where it just was electric drums the entire time and everything, but it wasn't, which is really cool. What was it? They like kind of like atmosphere built it up to like I think the second or third chorus and everything, and then they finally had Andy jump in with the stuff. It was good. It was a good payoff chorus. I very much was stoked about it. But yeah. Anyways, no. When I first heard Pink Seashell, though, that was God. I was like, why is this so depressing? This is so sad. I don't know about this, buddy. I don't know. Um, but yeah, have you ever actually seen that movie, Reality Bites?
No,
I've never seen it in my life. I have no idea. And it sounded like
neither.
a younger Ethan Hawke, so that's why I was like, I don't know if he came in or not.
He was younger in it. I actually looked it up last night because I was researching because I'm a good guest. Um, and I saw like the clip of him saying like the monologue that he did in the song, and he was like a lot younger when he was in that movie. So
Weird. The basically what was it? Yeah. No. So what else happened? Oh, speaking of features that like maybe they got permission from Ethan Hawke, maybe they didn't. I don't really know who you'd have to get permission from to sample that. I don't know if there's like a process to doing that or if you have to like I don't know. I don't know what the process
I
would
mean,
be to like do
I
that.
I imagine they probably had to ask for the rights to do it from whoever owns the movie, like owns the
Yeah.
rights to the movie. Um, and they also credited Ethan Hawke, so I imagine that they probably got his permission as well
Yeah,
to do it.
I imagine. I would think so. But but what was I thinking? Oh yeah, I wonder if they did the same for Pete Wentz because I don't know if you knew this or not, but Pete Wentz is technically on the new Skrillex album. I don't know if you knew this or not.
So
So Pete Wentz is technically on the new Skrillex. Well, apparently there's 2 new Skrillex albums, but one of the new Skrillex albums, the first one that came out, they had like a segment almost like sampled like there was on Pink Seashell with Ethan Hawke on Fall Out Boy's album. On Skrillex's new album, they sampled an interview that Pete Wentz and Sonny Moore, who's Skrillex, did, which is really funny.
mm,
I don't remember what they called the song and everything, but they sampled that interview and they like turned it into a song. I don't know why, but they did. Um, which is pretty funny. But yeah.
hmm.
Anyways, so let's take a look at the upcoming tour that is coming up. Are you planning on going to this tour?
I wish I could. I really wish I could, but I can't. I
It's
have to
very
work.
I was checking on ticket prices and the tickets are just expensive, so I don't know if it's going to happen at all. And also like it's different because you have to go on to redsox.com to actually buy them for our location. So, yeah, it's weird. Like you can't even buy them on
What?
Ticketmaster. Yeah, right? It's weird. It's weird. Which I guess is good because Ticketmaster sucks, but you didn't hear that from me. Um Ticketmaster employees, if you're hearing this, get rid of your stupid handling fees. I don't know. Just an idea. Like, what do you need to handle them for? You literally go boop boop and send it to the phone. That's what you do. Why do you need service fees? What are the service fees?
Boop boop.
It's literally just boop boop. Everything's electronic now because of like the pandemic. So like, what is the point? Makes no sense.
And just buying tickets on Ticketmaster is the worst.
It is
the absolute worst.
Now the Taylor. Oh, what was it? I mean, and also Ticketmaster really fumbled the bag with the Taylor Swift situation badly.
For
So
real.
they're already not in a good spot and everything, and then all of a sudden they do the Taylor Swift situation and just. Like, I actually think they had to, what was it? I don't know if the CEO did, but someone had to go and actually sit in front of Congress because of, like, the whole debacle that happened with that situation, which is even worse. So, yeah, anyways. But yeah, no, so for those listeners and viewers that do not know this, Fall Out Boy are embarking on a European tour, and I'll talk about the European tour in a second, but the US tour, it's so much for Tour Dust, I think. I think it's so much. Is that what it's called? I think it's so much for Tour Dust.
It's so much for Tour Dust.
Okay, that's what it was. Okay, got it. Okay, so so much for Tour Dust and everything. They are embarking on that tour. Now, the people that they have on this tour are weird. It's Bring Me the Horizon is direct support for them, but they also have like a bunch of like they have a bunch of different bands opening up for them depending on the dates and everything. So the full list of who actually is going to be on there are a few ones. So there's Car, Daisy Grenade, Games We Play, The Academy Is, 4 Year Strong, Newfound Glory, Alkaline Trio. Those are the 7 bands that are like somewhat of a small support. Bring Me the Horizon is going to be on the whole tour there. But for our day, I think we only have Games We Play, and actually I don't know. Hold on. We have Boston. Okay, thank goodness. Boston has Bring Me the Horizon, and who is the other one? 4 Year Strong. 4 Year Strong and Bring Me the Horizon will be at the Boston day. Apparently, Bring Me the Horizon isn't actually going on the whole tour, but they're going on most of it. But yeah, weird tour. Because have you actually ever listened to Bring Me the Horizon on a regular, consistent basis?
No, sir.
Yeah. So I was like,
Giannis, no, sir.
No, it's okay. That like it's and look, what's crazy is that it makes sense that they should be touring together, but it also doesn't. Because Bring Me the Horizon has made a full like musical like 360. They've gone like 180, 360, 720. It's like musically speaking. So they started out as deathcore, started transitioning to like electronic metalcore in like 2013, then started transitioning to mainstream rock, then went to like borderline pop music, and then now they're like starting to blend stuff together like Linkin Park very much effectively did like way back in the day. It's very weird. So it makes sense that they are touring with them, and it also doesn't at all. Very.
I think the main reason that they chose Bring Me the Horizon is because they're friends with Ollie.
Yeah, I mean it checks out. It makes sense.
Ollie was the one that sort of helped to announce the album in the first place, so it kind of makes sense that.
How did Ollie help announce the album? I don't remember that.
Basically, Fall Out Boy sent him a package with like a seashell, and he tweeted that he got the package, and it sort of raised suspicion, like being like, everybody was like, "Hey, Fall Out Boy's doing something again."
Yeah. So. Well, what also happened, which is really funny, there was a I actually looked this up. So they like mass sent out like on their stories and everything. I think they like did like a package themselves. And they like put a box out, and they're like, "This is the location, go find it." So they put the box out. a fan that found it like took a picture of the insides and it said like the album release date, which is really cool. But yeah, anyways, so we are gonna take a quick break, but we're gonna end it on the podcast end of things. We're gonna stay right here on Twitch though. But thank you, Dakota, for being on the podcast. For those Twitch exclusives and everything that are here, we're gonna be live reacting to some tunes and everything that people sent to me. It's gonna be very, very funny. That's fun. We're gonna call the stream there. Appreciate you, Dakota, for hitting me with the sub and for coming on the podcast today. We're gonna sign off for the evening. Be good to yourself along the way. Dakota, tell them to be good to themselves along the way. You gonna tell them?
Be good to yourselves along the way.
Hey, bye, folks.